Am I live? Good. Charlottesville is not the second coming of a civil war. Oh my God, how difficult is it to put this into perspective? Things are getting so blown out of proportion in this country. It's ridiculous. And this is now, look, both sides, yes, but I'm going to call out both sides for very different reasons than Donald Trump did. Which, by the way, he is at his core, he is correct. And he may come across as a bull in a china shop, no doubt about that. But he is right. Both sides are guilty. Now, for people who want to be like, oh, well, they're not on the same moral plane, and you want to like play a little semantic shell game. Yes, it's true. I mean, it's so obvious. There is no place for that level of racism and anti-Semitism and even fascism coming from white supremacists and neo-Nazis. Duh. It's so obvious to call them out. Clearly, they're in the wrong. And they would cannibalize themselves, by the way. If they did get their little white nationalist nation, and they finally got, oh yeah, it's just white people here. That's the only people that are going to live here are going to be whites. Well, guess what's going to happen afterwards? You're a brunette. You're not exactly entirely white. We only want blonde hair, blue-eyed people. And so okay, the brunettes are out. And then when you have all the blonde hair, blue-eyed people, hey, wait a second, you're not exactly 6 feet tall. You're 5'8". You're not part of the perfect race, and whatever. It's a movement. It's an ideology. You can't even call it an ideology because it's just fucking goddamn stupidity. It's so toxic that there's really no need to call it out. You do need to call out Antifa and Black Lives Matter, which, by the way, Black Lives Matter is not the second coming of the civil rights movement either. Okay? Now, the thing is, they seem to stand for something noble and virtuous. They're against racism, and they're against fascism and sexism and all these other virtue signaling things, and that's great. But what they're doing is equally, the physical damage that they're causing is just as bad, and that's why Donald Trump is right in calling them both out. And yet, I'm going to call out both sides, especially when it comes to the media. Ugh, you people. Yeah, you people. I don't give a fuck how people actually interpret that. By the way, I want to not curse. But the point is, people in the media you're fueling this. You're fueling this stupidity that's going on. Because right now, this country is great. It's one of the greatest countries on the planet ever. We do not have any serious problems in this country. We don't have like a soaring unemployment rate. We don't have a dictatorship in the White House. No matter how much people try to paint Donald Trump as a fascist, he's not. And even though I didn't vote for the guy, and again, definitely I'm not like proud that he's my president, I'll take him over Hillary Clinton any day. By the way, I don't know which camera I should be looking at, whatever. Okay, because if Hillary Clinton was, the false narratives would just be spewing one after another. And they would be using this as even more for more excuses for more government and more regulation. Look, I want to keep this short. The real point that I want to make here is it's easy enough for people like me who I consider myself independent. And I wouldn't even call myself libertarian anymore. Independent. If there's only one or two labels I'll allow myself to be called, or an atheist and anti-theist. Okay? But I'm an independent. And so for people like me, normally, well, look, I'll speak for myself. I cannot stand the Huffington Post or Vox or MSNBC, which Morning Joe I liked, but now forget it. I don't even watch those people anymore. CNN, well, I wouldn't say that they're fake news, but they're like news. They're liars by omission. And I can't believe Wolf Blitzer actually tried to pin the whole thing with Barcelona, that it was going to be a copycat crime because of Charlottesville. Dude, are you that fucking disconnected with the way people think? I was born in Barcelona. I should be shooting my mouth off about that one, but I feel like I don't want to say it's a lost cause, but I mean, what more can be said? I mean, and that's the thing. Someone like Wolf Blitzer, do you really think the people in Barcelona give 3 shits about what's going on over here? And especially in Charlottesville, get the fuck out of here. They got their own problems. They're not going to be copycatting what happened in fucking Charlottesville. Oh my God, you're not journalists. Those of you, you 6- and 7-figure salary paid corporate lackeys, you're not the journalists. The journalists are the ones that are out there in the front lines bringing us the real news. And then people like me, the rubes on YouTube like me, we come out and we just spout out what we see. But it's easier. Like we can see what you're doing wrong. And that's what I wanted to call out. So it's easy enough to call out, like I was saying, the people on the left, okay, the left side of the spectrum. The MSNBCs, the Huffington Post, the Boxes, and some of you, I'm going to call out some of you guys, the Chris Hayes and the Ezra Kleins. It's funny, I was going to call you out a bunch of effete little bitches, and look at me with my cat here. I'm no tough guy either, okay? Look, the point that I wanted to make is we need to also call out the people on the right side. And I'm really getting sick and tired of like Alex Jones. Like I used to watch him just for entertainment purposes, like shits and giggles. But once I found out that this guy was actually talking about Sandy Hook as a conspiracy theory, I'm like, are you out of your mind? What the hell is wrong with you, dude? But I'm going to call out other people like Mike Cernovich, who I kind of had some respect for. And this guy's like, well, you know, he's got a video now called Civil War is Here. Like it's a good thing. Like it's a good thing that we'd be having a civil war. Dude, you idiot. And by the way, don't think that because I'm wearing this mask, I'm afraid to show my identity. Look, you want to see what, this is what I look like, okay? All right, my name's Ignacio Gutierrez. I got nothing to hide. But as you can see, this is why I wear the mask. I'm not a very good-looking guy. Look, the point that I want to make is I wish people would put this all into perspective. All this turmoil is being caused by two extremist little groups that are mostly made up of like young 20-somethings. I'll be damned if I'm going to watch this country go down like my family's country went down, like Cuba. Okay, and yes, for anybody who watches my video, like, here he goes again talking about Cuba. Yeah, I know. It doesn't take long for like me to start talking about Fidel Castro and he rears his ugly head like a fucking hemorrhoid into my videos because that's my frame of reference. And I'm not going to see this country go down like Cuba or Venezuela because of a bunch of petulant, horrendously misguided little fucking 20-somethings that have no fucking idea what they're actually battling about. Man, just people, can you all put it into perspective? We live in a great country. There's no need for all these protests and rallies. Look how upset I am. And I'm the one saying there's no need for all that. But it upsets me. And both sides are wrong. They've got clearly white supremacist neo-Nazis, as well as the Antifa and Black Lives Matter, and definitely the news. And we need to be informed. We need to look like this. I should be a perfect example of how not to let the news get to you, okay? It's good to inform yourself with the news, but don't let it dominate your worldview. And by the way, if you really, really want to be informed, check out the local news, okay? That's where the real corruption is going on. You really want to know how your tax dollars are being wasted. It's on the local level. It's with the city councilmen. It's with the mayors, all right? It's those people. And all this thing that's going on right now on the nation, all the protests and the right, that's almost a distraction. And I'm not saying that that's a conspiracy and that it's being plotted. I just think there are opportunists out there that take advantage of that. Anyway, look, the last thing I'm going to say, and I don't give a shit if people are like, oh my God, is he trying to sell T-shirts, you know, talking about this tragedy and selling T-shirts? Hey, I got to make a living too, okay? And down below are links to some websites that you can buy my T-shirts like this. And I'm an artiste, right? That's one of my paintings. Very proud of this. I should have done the video like this. Okay? Anyway, people, please keep this into perspective. We do not have any serious calamitous problems in this country other than the one that people are creating. Anywho, thanks for watching.